Okay. Call to order the Common Council meeting for Monday, June 2nd, 2025. Roll call, please. The gentleman from the 5th and the gentleman from the 9th are excused. At this time, I'd like to ask everyone to please stand for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Approval of the minutes of the meeting held May 5th, 2025. Moved and second, any changes or corrections? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Please continue.
Citizens' comments, Bobby Nash.
Just need your name and address for the record, please, sir.
Bobby Nash, 2551 Buchanan Road, Kenosha. And thank you all for allowing me to speak this evening. I'm here in my capacity as a supervisor at Equus Workforce Solutions. We collaborate with the Workforce Development Region 1 at the Kenosha County Job Center and also the United Way of Kenosha County. And we are hosting a success fair on June 13th. I would like to invite each of you to attend this event. It's from 1 to 3 on Friday, June 13th, and we're doing it in collaboration with the United Way Kenosha County and the Southeastern Wisconsin Workforce Development Board. Many nonprofits will be present to offer assistance and support to those in need. Health agencies will be there to answer screening and preventative health care questions, access to receiving these services. Other agencies that will be represented will be DVR, Veterans Employment, Aging and Disability, among many others. Workforce programs will also be there to offer career skills training and answer other questions your constituents may have. I do want to extend a thank you very much to the gentleman of the 11th for inviting me here to talk about the Success Fair. So thank you very much, sir. And I'm going to try to stick as much as I can because out of respect to time, my passion can come through and I don't want to get in trouble. So my head may be down and I may be reading this directly here. We can all agree that job opportunities are important to a thriving Kenosha community. Job Center offers many programs that can make many individuals job ready. I believe there was a tour this afternoon at a manufacturing facility. They're going to need people and we can train them. So we have 25 employers at the Success Fair right now looking to fill local positions. And we also have about 30 resource agencies. Many of them are government and county agencies and many local nonprofits that are helping individuals day in and day out. A full up-to-date list can be found on our Facebook event page. Other events that are going on at this time will be, all attendees will be available to be entered into for a $50 gift card drawing. Some may qualify to receive a free laptop sponsored by the United Way of Kenosha County's Techquity program. Free laptops for those that may qualify. I'm sure many of your constituents would appreciate having that knowledge. Free simple haircuts for attendees and job seekers. It'll be donated by Gateway instructor and some of the graduates from the barbershop and cosmetology program. There'll be a free food box giveaway that'll be happening that day, a little bit earlier during the morning, I think around noon, from the Kenosha County Food Bank. There'll be free social media headshots for those that want to update their LinkedIn profile. And just to have a more professional appearance that'll be there, we'll be able to do that. The Department of Workforce Development will have a mobile career lab. So we do have the state backing and they'll be there in force. And again, many local training programs and funding programs that may pay for skills training will be there. Staff will also be on hand to talk about food share access and answers to general case questions. We know there's a lot of questions concerning these topics right now. Specific case questions won't be addressed in person at the event. So why am I here? I'm asking for your help and what you can do to be effective in sharing this time-sensitive information. And the easiest and simplest way is to pull out your phone and text jobs to 56512. We're a government program. You won't get spammed if you're able to do that. 56512. If you text jobs, that will send you directly to the Game Change Wisconsin page, and you'll be able to have access to up-to-date information about events, employers that'll be attending, and any changes to the program that day. And that would be the easiest way for you to share relevant on-time information. Or simply Google Success Fair, Kenosha, June 13th. That'll take you there too. Or if you want to go to the United Way website and search there, you can find it there. It's one of their top tabs there on their webpage. So again, please share this page. In your capacity as a member of this esteemed body, a friend, or in your role as a father, a mother, brother, sister, or neighbor, you have the opportunity to tangibly make the difference in somebody's life. And better yet, your 5 seconds of sharing this information can make a lifetime of difference for somebody. So I would, again, thank you for the opportunity of speaking about the Success Fair on June 13th at the Kenosha County Job Center. And you all are invited to be out there. And I really hope to see you out there so you can learn a lot more about the things that are going on at the Job Center and
Sir,
the
you have
people
15 seconds.
and the people that are making the difference there day in and day out and support the agencies and the workers. Thank you.
Cheryl Hernandez.
Just need your name and address for the record, please.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Hernandez, 7601 32nd Avenue. I'm here tonight as the director of the Kenosha Literacy Council, and some of you may be aware that the Literacy Council is a nonprofit organization in our community that helps adults learn to read, write, and speak in English. And at the Literacy Council, we see every day how literacy affects nearly every issue that our community faces. So whether it's parenting or workforce development or healthcare or overcoming poverty, literacy really is at the root of all of those issues. And so we know, and hopefully all of you believe as well, that when we focus on education and literacy, we help all create that strong foundation for our community. And we're here tonight with some of our students from an ELL civics class. So they're students who are new to our community, learning English, working towards becoming citizens, some of them, and they're just learning about government in their civics class. And so this is a great opportunity for them to see firsthand how our local government works. So thank you all for helping us give them a great experience tonight.
Thank you. Please continue.
B, communications, petitions, reports of departments. B1, approval of the following applications. A, 137 operators licenses. B, 4 successor of agent status licenses.
Gentleman from the 10th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I make a motion to approve item B1.
Been moved and seconded to approve item B1. Any discussion? Gentleman from the 17th.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would like to abstain from B1, subsection A, number 18, and number 113 for conflict of interest. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? If not, motion on the floor is approval of item B1. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The gentleman from the 17th abstains per his comment.
B2, conditional use permit for a 1,201,029 square foot distribution facility located at the southwest corner of 38th Street and 128th Avenue.
Gentleman from the 16th.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve item B2. At this time, open it up to a public hearing. Anyone here to speak on item B2? Anyone here to speak? Anyone here to speak? If not, close the public hearing. Motion on the floor is approval. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
C, recommendations from the Committee on License and Permits. C1, application for a new bartender's license with a recommendation from the city attorney to grant, subject to demerit points. A, Dylan Babcock, 70. B, Madison Newtile, 25.
Gentleman from the 10th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I make a motion to concur with the recommendation of license and permit in reference to C1 and C2 after being read in any necessary applicant hearings.
C2, renewal applications for bartenders licenses with a recommendation from the city attorney to grant, subject to demerit points. A, Felicia Chan, 50. B, Roxana Pinola, 50. C, Alexis Peters, 10. D, Jeremy Baldwin, 30.
Okay, at this time, we'll open up to a hearing. Anyone here speak on item C1 or C2, please come forward, state your name and address. Anyone here to speak? Anyone here to speak? Seeing none, close the hearing. Gentleman from the second.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I need to abstain from voting on item C2A, but all else, yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? Seeing none, motion on the floor is concurrence, C1 and C2. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
C3, application of Linda Frederick for a new bartender's license.
And gentleman from the 10th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I make a motion to concur with the recommendation of license and permit to deny due to material police record.
Been moved and seconded to concur with the recommendation to deny. At this time, open up to a hearing. Anyone here speaking item C3, please come forward, state your name and address. Any? Just need your name and address for the record, please.
Linda Friedrich, 6037 32nd Avenue. I didn't know about this meeting. I was supposed to attend last week. When this lady called me, she told me that I was supposed to show up on May 28th at 4:30. Then I get an email telling me that she apologized, she sent the wrong dates, and disregarded the original message, and to show up tonight. So I'm sorry that I missed last week, and would like to
Okay.
ask for further.
There may be questions. We're going to finish the hearing on this item. And if there are questions or concerns from the council, we may bring you back up.
Okay.
Right now, the motion is to concur with the license permit recommendation, which is to deny the license. Anything else you wanted to say, ma'am?
I guess not.
Okay. Go ahead, sorry.
So are you going to resubmit, or it's going to be done today?
It depends on what the council, right now, the recommendation that came out of License and Permit Committee was to deny. It is now up to a majority vote of the council to either uphold that recommendation or to do something different. And I see a couple lights on, including the chairman of License and Permit. I'm sure they have some comments about it.
Okay, so sit and wait.
Yes, ma'am. Don't go too far, though. Okay, gentleman from the 16th, you're up first.
Yeah, the one question I had to the applicant, how did
Ma'am?
you get,
Ma'am,
Ma'am?
can you come up to the podium, please?
how did you get to the meeting tonight?
Pardon me?
How did you get to the meeting here tonight?
I got a ride.
Okay, because your license has been revoked, so.
Yes, I know that.
That's a good answer. Thank you.
Gentleman from the 10th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through the mayor to the applicant. You and I had a conversation just shortly before this meeting began, is that correct?
Right.
And one of the things you stated was that you were concerned that something was being counted that shouldn't have been counted, is that correct?
I was under the assumption that after you got charged the 1 year, that doesn't get applied to the current time
And what did I tell you, ma'am?
that it does.
So I was incorrect in that information, and I'm going to ask the city attorney to please correct what I had told you, okay?
Okay.
Through the city attorney, in reference to the person's fly sheet, they made a comment to me that they thought their OWI would drop off. Would you please
Not the OWI, excuse me. The
continue?
the other points that were put towards my 23.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. So there is everything in the 2023, all the 2023 charge dates are within the countable window. There have been offenses, at least one, that have dropped off outside the countable window, namely a first OWI, but everything here is countable.
Thank you. To the applicant, you mentioned that you were told to come on the 28th, is that correct?
Yes, and then
And then you have something else saying that not to
That-
come on the 28th?
that they sent me the wrong date, and that's why I thought I had to come tonight.
And you have an email or something stating that you,
It says that she,
because the meeting was held on the 28th.
but, and that's the date she originally told me to show up, and I had every intention. And then I got that email, and it said that, I apologize, I sent the dates wrong. Please disregard the original message and see the notice to appear below.
And the notice that appear below says today?
Yeah. The original date was Wednesday, and then it says to appear below, which is tonight.
Okay. Is this your first renewal of your license?
No,
How long have you had a license, ma'am?
I think it's going on 8,
8 years?
yes.
And
I've
in that
never had-
entire 8-year period, you've never come to a license and permit meeting?
No,
Okay. I have no further. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. If I could go to city attorney again on just clarifying the renewal piece, or perhaps the motion that, a suggestion at least.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. What I'm noticing in real time, this application is a renewal. It appears that it came out of license and permit with a recommendation to deny because the applicant has too many points, 120, and the denial generally starts at 100. I'm noticing at the moment that because this is a renewal, the LP committee followed my recommendation. At the denial, my recommendation should have been renew subject to a non-renewal revocation, which will set up for a revocation hearing, but I would not recommend to outright deny a license that is being currently had without a revocation hearing for due process purposes. I'll apologize to all parties. That's my error that I'm catching right now. So I know that's.
And based on that information,
not
Mr. Mayor, I make a
ideal.
motion to send it back to committee.
Can it be sent back to committee, or can we do that now? I guess it's
It would
up
be
to the body, but
it would be lawful to do now. It's whatever the body would like to do.
it's up to you, Mr. Chairman.
I make the motion to send it back to committee, please.
Second.
Moved and seconded to send back to committee. Gentleman from the 10th, you still have the floor?
Thank you. That's it, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Anyone else on the motion now to send back to committee? Right now, ma'am, the motion that's on the floor is to send this back to committee, which would be next Monday, correct, Mr. Chairman? Correct, sir. There will be a hearing at that point, and I would encourage you to be at that meeting.
Is that here at 4:30?
Right out there. Motion on the floor is to send back to committee. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Chair, oh, no. Continue.
C4, renewal application of Nicholas Anzandula for a bartender's license.
Gentleman from the 10th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I make a motion to concur recommendation of license and permit to deny based on, or subject to non-renewal revocation due to material police record.
Okay, motion on the floor is concurrence. At this time, open up to a hearing. Anyone here speak on item C4, please come forward, state your name and address.
Nicholas Anzaldua, 4016 31st Ave. I'm the sole provider of the income in my house, and I need this job due to its closeness to my house. My significant other has just recently had her third brain tumor surgery. And I do have the paperwork. I just haven't gotten it to the district attorney showing that I did my classes. If I can get some time.
Right now, sir, the motion that's on the floor is to grant, subject to a non-renewal revocation hearing. So right now, that would be the motion that's on the floor right now.
So what would that mean?
That means it would be you, this is obviously a renewal. You would be asked, there will be a hearing, because you just kind of heard in the other process, would be a hearing. You'll be afforded due process, and if you have additional material, I would suggest you bring it to that revocation hearing when you get notified of that hearing.
Okay.
Anything else, sir?
No, that would be it.
Okay. Anyone else here to speak on item C4? Anyone else? Anyone else? If not, close the hearing. Motion on the floor is concurrence. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
C5, renewal application of Tisha Miller for a bartender's license.
Gentleman from the 10th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I make a motion to grant subject to 75 demerit points, and if I get a second, we will discuss why that motion is.
Moved and seconded to grant at 75 points. At this time, open up to a hearing. Anyone here speaking item C5, please come forward, state your name and address.
Hi, I'm Tisha Miller, and I am the store manager for the old Luprani's, or the BP, and I've worked really hard to get where I'm at. I made some severe mistakes probably about, I'd say 7 years ago, and I paid dearly for them because I owned up for them, and I've moved on in my life, not let them define me, but also make me stronger. So I'm grateful that you're allowing me to grant my license again to continue with my career.
Okay. There may be questions from the committee, or from the council. Anyone else here to speak on item C5? Anyone else here to speak? Anyone else? Seeing none, close the hearing. Gentleman from the 10th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The reason we want to grant this subject to 75 demerit points is she got 20 points for a non-listing. The problem was she put down the conviction date versus the offense date. So she did report it, and we think the 75 demerit points is more appropriate. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? Seeing none. Motion on the floor is to grant, subject to 75 points. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
C6, renewal application of Heidi La Rosa for a bartender's license.
Gentleman from the 10th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I make a motion to concur with the recommendation of license permit to grant 75 demerit points for C6.
Moved and seconded to grant on C6. At this time, open up to a hearing. Anyone here speaking on item C6, please come forward, state your name and address. Anyone?
Heidi La Rosa, 8703 Antioch Road, 108. Like I said before, this is, excuse me, I'm a little nervous. There's a lot of people looking at me, but this is something that happened almost 20 years ago, which I'm deeply sorry for, and will continue to be sorry for the rest of my life, and I'm just here if you have any questions for me.
Okay, there may be some from the council. I'm gonna finish the hearing first. Anyone else here to speak on item C6? Anyone else? Anyone else? Seeing none, close the hearing. Motion on the floor is concurrence. Is that correct, Mr. Chair? Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
C7, application of Kenosha Beach House LLC for a temporary outdoor extension of the Class B beer, Class B liquor license located at 5001 Simmons Island Road for an event on June 27 through June 29, 2025, with no adverse recommendations from the police department.
Gentleman from the 10th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I make a motion to concur with the recommendation of the license and permit for C7 through C11 after being read in any necessary public hearings. Applicant hearings.
C8, application of Elon Events LLC for a probationary cabaret license located at 720 58th Street with no adverse recommendations from the police department. C9, application of Brooke Edwards for a yearly cabaret license located at 3812 60th Street with no adverse recommendations from the police department. C10, application of the Kenosha Beer Gardens LLC for a yearly cabaret license located at 3501 14th Avenue with no adverse recommendations from the police department. C11, application of Slush LLC for an outdoor dining area with extension license located at 2200 60th Street with no adverse recommendation from the police department.
Okay, at this time, open up to a hearing. Anyone here to speak on items C7 through C11? Please come forward, state your name and address. Anyone from C7 to C11? Anyone here to speak? If not, close the hearing. Motion on the floor is concurrence, license permit. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
C12, applications of Stella Hotel LLC located at 5706 8th Avenue with no adverse recommendations from the police department. A, new Class B beer, Class B liquor license upon surrender of a similar license from Kenosha Heritage House LLC to be effective July 1st, 2025. B, probationary cabaret license to be effective July 1st, 2025.
Gentleman from the 10th.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I make a motion to approve C12 and C13 after being read any necessary applicant hearings.
C13, applications for a permanent outdoor extension of the Class B beer, Class B liquor license with no adverse recommendation from the police department. A, Rocket Tacos LLC. B, FRR Inc. C, The Boogeyman LLC.
Okay, at this time, open up to a hearing. Anyone here speaking on item C12 or C13, please come forward, state your name and address. Anyone here to speak? Anyone here to speak? Seeing none. Oh,
Carstead, General Manager of the Stella Hotel and Ballroom. Sorry, my allergies are bad. I'm just here if you guys have any comments or questions. Right.
thank you, sir. Anyone else on C12 or C13?
My name is Jeff Lewitsky, owner of FRR Incorporated, 1307 Southtown Court in South Milwaukee. I'm just here if you guys have any questions or comments or concerns.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else on C12 or C13?
Chelsea Vecchione for the Boogeyman LLC, 2519 South Brisbane, Milwaukee, and I'm just here if you have any questions.
Thank you. Anyone else on C12, C13? Anyone else? Anyone else? Seeing none, close the hearing. Motion on the floor is approval. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
C14, application of Fonte's Food Store for a new Class A beer, Class A liquor license located at 1450th Street with no adverse recommendations from the police department to be effective July 1st, 2025. LP recommended to deny 5-0.
Gentleman from the 10th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I make a motion to deny C14 based on oversaturation of license, non-appearance, false application.
Will that be to concur with the license permit, right? Okay. Okay, at this time, open up to a hearing. Anyone here speaking item C14? Anyone here speaking C14? Seeing none, close the hearing. Motion on the floor is concurrence with the license permit recommendation to deny. Any discussion? Gentleman from the 10th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through the mayor to the city attorney, they didn't fill out the seller's permit. Was that required for this particular license?
Sir, do you mean from the DOR?
Yes.
I believe it is. If the clerk's office hasn't received it, we should wait until the clerk's office does receive it. So if it's going to be approved, perhaps contingent upon the clerk's office receiving that.
The motion is to deny,
Right.
and
I
that's
just said
part of
if.
the false applications because they didn't fill out the Wisconsin seller's permit.
That's perfectly fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May I speak again, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
I will, well, let me defer to the alderperson of the district, if that's okay, sir.
Well, I had concerns at the last meeting about the business plan. And the business plan had a lot of pretty unbelievable stuff that they'd be delivering food with drones and having art showings and wine tastings. And it's just not something that would be expected in that neighborhood. I do believe we do need more fresh food and groceries in the 7th district. But currently, right now, we have pretty much of an oversaturation of beer, literally just beer and liquor within walking distance, a few of them within walking distance from this application. So I had those concerns, and I'll be voting against granting the license.
Thank you, sir. Gentleman from the 10th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I had the opportunity today to visit the applicant shortly before our meeting, and they mentioned nothing, no points whatsoever that was in their business plan. I think one of the comments I heard looks like a AI-generated business plan that has nothing to do with the reality of what they're operating in. When I spoke to the applicant, I mentioned how I felt that this area was served, well served with alcohol. Challenged them to do something that would benefit the neighborhood. If those of us who know that neighborhood, there's not a deli within walking distance, right? I mean, Max's is closed. The one on 22nd Avenue, help me out here, Lencey's is closed. Those kinds of businesses that was in the area are gone. And we had a discussion in reference to do something that benefits the community, do something that's different, do something that uplifts the community. I can't tell people how to spend their money. That's not my job. However, this particular application, and then when I went to the place to see what their setup was, I was uninspired. And I want to thank the alderperson of the district for doing his due diligence in reference to this. I can't support this application at this point, and I will be supporting the denial. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? Not. Motion on the floor is concurrence, which is to deny. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
C15, renewal applications for Class B beer, Class B liquor licenses with a recommendation from the city attorney to grant, subject to demerit points. A, Angry Bob's Sports Bar, LLC, 20. B, FRR, Inc., 25. C, Barbecued Productions Sports Bar and Grill, Incorporated, 0. D, Slush, LLC, 20.
Gentleman from the 10th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I make a motion to approve C15 through C25 after being read in all necessary applicant hearings. C24.
C16, renewal application of Speedway LLC for successor of agent status of Class A beer, Class A liquor, license located at 3708 60th Street from Robert Cornog to Chantanice Walker. C17, renewal application of El Patio Restaurant, Inc. for a Class B beer, Class B liquor license located at 3200 60th Street, subject to review of economic impact statement. C18, renewal applications for a Class B beer, Class B liquor license, subject to review of economic impact statements for a period of July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025, with no adverse recommendations from the police department. A, Vol Productions, LLC. B, Tres Hermanos, LLC. C, Brooke Edwards. D, Kenosha Tap House, LLC. E, Church and Market, 701, LLC. F, Elon Events, LLC. C19, renewal applications for Class B beer, Class C liquor license, subject to review of economic impact statement with no adverse recommendations from the police department. A, Kelly D. McKay. B, Luigi's Pizza Kitchen, Inc. C20, renewal applications for the following licenses with no adverse recommendations from the police department. A3, Class A retail beer. B1, Class A retail liquor. C19, Class A retail beer, Class A liquor. D6, Class A retail beer, Class A liquor. E1, Class B beer. F2, Class B beer, Class C liquor. G69, Class B beer, Class B liquor. H2, Class B beer, reserve, Class B liquor. C21, 53 applications for yearly cabaret licenses to be effective July 1st, 2025, with no adverse recommendations from the police department. C22, renewal applications for a taxi cab permit with no adverse recommendations from the police department. A, Jeffrey Smith. B, Stephen Oberholzer. C23, renewal applications for mobile home park license. A, Kenosha MHC LLC. B, Maple Lane Park LLC. C, Northern Development Group LLC. D, John Ruffalo. E, Prairie Lake Estates Homeowners Cooperative. C24, renewal applications for towing licenses with no adverse recommendations from the police department. A, Alfred Jantz. B, Atlas Service Center, Inc. C, Firehouse Performance LLC. D, Jantz Auto Sales, Inc. E, Jantz Yard for Automotive, Inc. F, Jensen & Jensen, Inc. G, Pro Towing and Recovery LLC.
Okay, at this time, open it up to a hearing. Anyone here to speak on C15 through C24? Please come forward, state your name and address. Anyone here to
Jeff Lewitsky again, owner of FRR Inc., 1307 Southtown Court in South Milwaukee. Just here for any questions, comments, or concerns.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anyone else on C15 to C24? Anyone else? Anyone else? Seeing none, close the hearing. Gentleman from the 7th.
C19A, I would like to abstain due to conflict of interest. And C21, item number, what number is it? Item number 28, also abstain. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Gentleman from the 2nd.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I request to abstain from voting on item C20G53. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And gentleman from the 17th.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I'd like to abstain from item C20, subsection G, line 27, and item 21, line 23 for a conflict of interest. Thank you.
Mayor is more than appropriate. Gentleman from the 16th.
Yeah, Your Honor, I need to abstain on C23E. Thank you.
C23E.
E.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else? C15 to C24. Any more discussion? Seeing none. Motion on the floor is concurrence. All those in favor will say aye. Aye. Any opposed? With the stated abstentions as noted.
G, ordinance's second reading. G1, ordinance by the mayor to repeal and recreate subparagraph 1.01D1P regarding the 16th Aldermanic District for the purpose of adding Ward 98.
Gentleman from the 13th.
Move to concur with the Finance Committee recommendation.
Move to second to concur. At this time, open up to a public hearing. Anyone here speak on item H1? G1, excuse me. Anyone here speak on item G1? Anyone here to speak on G1? Seeing none, close the public hearing. Motion on the floor is approval. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, no. Roll call, please.
Motion carries 15-0. H, zoning ordinance's second reading. H1, ordinance by the mayor, attachment and zoning district classification ordinance under section 66.0307 Wisconsin statute, City of Kenosha, Village of Bristol, state approved cooperative plan, 14801 60th Street, Village of Bristol.
Gentleman from the 3rd.
Yes, I'd like to move to approve item H1.
Is there a second? Moved and second to approve item H1. At this time, open up to a public hearing. Anyone here speaking item H1? Just need your name and address for the record, please, sir.
Bill Beth, 3160 136th Avenue. Just here to answer any questions regarding H1.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else on item H1? Anyone else? Anyone else? If not, close the hearing. Motion on the floor is approval. Gentleman from the 16th.
Yeah, I'd like to welcome them into the 16th district, the district which I proudly represent. So I need your support. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? If not, motion on the floor is approval. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, no. Roll call, please.
Motion carries 15-0. I, resolutions, Iowa. Resolution by the Finance Committee to correct Resolution 74-25. Finance recommended to approve 5-0.
Gentleman from the 13th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move concurrence of the Finance Committee on I-1 and I-2. Second. No, not I. Change that, just on I-1.
Motion is on I-1. Okay, any discussion? Seeing none. Motion on the floor is concurrence with finance, correct, Mr. Chair?
Yes.
All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, no. Roll call, please.
Motion carries 15-0. I-2, resolution by the mayor to amend the official map for the city of Kenosha, Wisconsin to include the attachment of 1480 60th Street in the village of Bristol, Kenosha County, Wisconsin, in accordance with the approved City of Kenosha Village of Bristol Cooperative Plan under Section 66.0307 of Wisconsin statutes.
Gentleman from the third.
Thank you, Your Honor. I move to approve item I-2.
Hit your, There you go. Moved and second to approve item I-2. At this time, open up to a public hearing. Anyone here speaking item I-2? Anyone here speak? Anyone here speak? Seeing none, close the public hearing. Motion on the floor is approval. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, no. Roll call, please.
Motion carries 15-0. I-3, resolution by the mayor approving a tax incremental district affordable housing extension for the city of Kenosha, TID number 8. Finance recommended to approve 5-0.
Gentleman from the 13th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move to concur with the Finance Committee recommendation to approve I-3.
Second.
Sorry.
Okay, motion on the floor is to concur with the finance on item I-3. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor will vote aye, those opposed no. Roll call, please.
Motion carries 15-0. J, appointments, reappointments by the mayor. J1, appointment of Frank Serpy to the Board of Housing Appeals and the Zoning Board of Appeals to fill a term that begins June 3rd, 2025 and will expire April 30th, 2028.
Is there a motion?
J2, appointment of
Hit your button, sir. There you go.
appointment of Paula Blyce to the Board of Housing Appeals and the Zoning Board of Appeals to fill a term that begins June 3rd, 2025 and will expire April 30th, 2028. J3, reappointment of Mary Therese Sinat Chardukian to the Kenosha Housing Authority to fill a term that begins July 1st, 2025 and will expire on June 30th, 2030. J4, reappointment of Stephen Rutherford to the Home Program Commission and Community Development Block Grant Committee to fill a term that begins June 3rd, 2025 and will expire April 30th, 2028.
Okay, at this time, open discussion. Gentleman from the 10th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to make a comment on J1 and J4, having worked with both those individuals on those respective committees. Having worked with the individual in J1 on transit and the individual in J4 and CDBG, they've been both diligent members of the committee, and I'm proud to vote for them and support their appointment. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? If not, motion on the floor is approval of J1 to J4. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, no. Roll call, please. What's it? Mr. President, did you vote?
Yes, I did.
Motion carries 15-0. L, other contracts and agreements. L1, purchase approval for Esri for GIS software license procurement. Finance recommended to approve 5-0.
Gentleman from the 13th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move to concur with the Finance Committee recommendations on L1 through M2 after being read in all necessary hearings.
L2, First Amendment to the Sub-Grantee Agreement between the City of Kenosha and Wisconsin Women's Business Initiative Corporation Budget and Scope of Services Amendment. Finance recommended to approve 5-0. M, recommendations from the Committee on Finance. M1, request for review of a special charge for snow removal in the total amount of $1,327.52 for 714 52nd Street. Finance recommended to deny 5-0. M2, disbursement record number 9, $10,698,324.71. Finance recommended to approve 5-0.
Okay, at this time, we'll open it up to a public hearing and a hearing. Anyone here speak on item L2 or M1? Anyone here to speak? Anyone here to speak? Seeing none, close the hearing. Motion on the floor is concurrence. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, no. Roll call, please.
Motion carries 15-0.
Okay, alderperson's comments. Gentleman from the 3rd.
Thank you, Your Honor. No Mow May is something that the city does not really participate in. But if you decided that you were going to participate in No Mow May, it is now June. And I'm telling you, the city inspectors, if you have very tall weeds and grass, are going to give you a citation, and it's going to cost you a lot more to have the city cut your grass than to do it yourself. So please do your neighbors a favor and get your lawns cut. Thank you.
And let me just make sure that everybody understands, we do not participate in No Mow May. We have not, and I don't believe it's a good idea. So just want to clarify, we do not participate in No Mow May. Gentleman from the 7th.
Thank you, Mayor. I would just like to make everybody aware of a city-sponsored event that's happening this Saturday at Washington Bowl Park. Root Pike Wynn is going to do a community plant for indigenous plants and pollinator plants. There's over 14,000 square foot of grass that will be prevented from having to mow. This is happening along 43rd Street. There will be free food, an opportunity to win a gift basket. Everybody can get a free plant to take home with them as well. It starts at 11, lasts till 6. I invite everybody from the community to come out, and it'll be happening along 43rd Street. So hope to see everybody there. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Lady from the 12th.
I want to say that the Kenosha Public Library, they have started their walking club again, and I would encourage everyone that would love to know a lot more about the city of Kenosha to join them on these walks. They're done on Tuesdays from 9 to 10 o'clock, and so anyone is able to register on the Kenosha Public Library site with the walking club. Lots of great information. The people that do it, the two women that do it, Amanda and Michaela, they're very good, and they give lots of great information. And I've learned a lot going on these walks with them. That's all.
Thank you, ma'am. Gentleman from the 10th.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I had the honor of attending Brandy Cummings' going away party today. I just wanted to thank her for her leadership at the Kenosha Library during the transition between the two directors. Also want to thank her for her service to our community. We are, the new community that she's moving to is getting a quality person, and I am looking forward to seeing the things that she's learned here and applying it there. So I wish them the best of luck in their new lives, and hopefully we will be hearing big things about a little library in Colorado. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? If not, a motion to adjourn on your screen would be in order. Moving to second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye. Aye. We stand adjourned. Thank you, everyone.